Hello, students, and welcome. Let me get myself situated. Hello, students. Hi, it is 2024. Welcome to 2024. Welcome to a new opportunity to pursue what you've been called to do. So, wanted to come on today and give you a lesson. We're going to have a lesson regardless if we meet or not. I may be seeing some of you in person later on today, but I want to give you guys something recorded for you can follow up on, just so you can keep momentum and will not lose momentum, because this is something that is not a game for us. No, this is something you feel called to do. It's something that you feel like God has unctioned you to do, and you need to do for yourself and your family and for your community. So, guess what? This is not a game for us. And yet, we got next. We're the next thing, the next big idea, the next big thing to take off, the next big opportunity to help others and to care for the ones we love. We got next. It's our turn next. Okay. So we're going to set forward on solid ground with our business or projects that we're trying to do. And for those of us that are multi level marketers, this will be an opportunity for you to also build community, because what we are doing, even though you're trying to sell business and you're actually selling products, you still want a base of people who looking to you, who identify with you, who feel a connection with you, and who you feel a connection for, your following, your people. Those are who you need to, because those are the people that you get and you make a relationship with. They're going to go tell their friend and their cousin and their grandfather and their person at church. They're going to tell those people, hey, this girl is doing really good. And not even this girl. I know her. She made me feel so welcome. She really handled me well. She took care of me. And yes, maybe she may be a little more expensive than the other girl you have, but let me tell you this: you're going to be in good hands, completely taken care of, because this is what Andrea does. This is what Kim brings to the table. And so that's what we're going to try to do. So you still need to build these skills of forming a community and having a community, having your following, because those are the people who are going to turn to you time and time again. And those are the people who's going to keep bringing you business time and time again. Okay. So now that we got that out the way, hello and welcome to our first live coaching session for 2022. I'm sorry, keep saying 2022, 2024. And I'm thrilled to be here with you today. And I want to start by saying, if you feel you're called to start a new business or a social group, now is the time to make it a priority. Okay. We are in an era where women are not just participating in businesses, okay, but are actively elevating their status and making an impact. Okay. The theme of our session today is going to be amplified, because this is not a game for us. And we got next. So we're going to turn up the volume. You're going to be heard, okay? You're going to make some noise, okay? You're going to stomp and shake the room, okay? So that's what we come here to do. It's all about amplifying your ideas, your passion, and your potential, okay? It's about making your voice heard and your vision seen. And how are we going to do that? We're going to be consistent. We're going to get our plan, our strategy, and who we are here to help clear and finally defined. and get to the bottom of what they need, their pain points, their desires, and go about using our gifts and our skills to help them solve that problem, to ease that pain for them. And this is how you're going to build relationships. And when I say amplify, you don't have to just be wild and loud and reckless. You need to be poignant and making a point. Do nothing happenstance. Everything with a meaning and for some benefit to the people that you're trying to serve. Okay. So starting a new venture is not easy. Okay. We remember that, that we know this is not easy. And no task that God has called you for, that he has set you aside to do, it's never been easy. If you study the Bible, you study scriptures, it's never been a slam dunk the whole time, the whole way through. Now, doors may be open and they may not be open the way you thought they would, but they do come open. And God makes a way for you to walk through those doors. He puts you in a path to meeting those people so that those doors will be open for you. And he gives you also the ammo and the weaponing to break down doors that are in your way. Okay. So it's not going to be a slam dunk every step of the way. Now you might have some things that went over very well, but I guarantee the whole journey will not be a slam dunk. So get ready for that. And most of us in our life, that's been our testimony. Nothing's been easy. So you've been prepared for this. You've gone through enough where you can handle this new big opportunity. Okay. So let me get back on task. So the new venture, it's gonna be something that you need to really put some work in, some thought into. So you gotta stay motivated. I'm sorry, we have to stay motivated, okay? And that motivation stems from a lot of sources, okay? It could be our personal interest, solving a problem, or making a positive impact. All of those, I can agree that everyone in my class wants to do. And they want to also provide for their family and give some nurturing and pouring out of their selves and sharing the gospel as well with those who they affect. So we are purpose driven. We are kingdom building businesses that we are going to use our tools and our gifts and all that we have to serve people at the highest level that it can be served, opulently, the highest they can be served, with our whole heart and whole intention put into it and our whole effort. And it's going to be for the kingdom of God. That's going to be the center of all of our businesses. That's going to be one of our core values. And we need to define those values so that we remember what we're doing this for and we don't lose track of who we are and where God has placed us. So we need to establish those core values for our business and what we are known for, so people know what they're dealing with and what they're going to. It's no surprise when they hear you say, yes, Jesus did this for me, or giving all glory and honor to God. They know your brand, they know who you are, and they know that's a part of what you do. You're not going to make that small because you're dealing with a larger part of society or different backgrounds, different walks of life, or maybe they didn't initially sign up, but maybe somebody brought them to your program or said, come listen to this talk or join this group or Bible study or meeting. And you have to stand on who you are. And those people who jail with that or feel God is leading them toward that, those are the people who will stay with you. And the ones that don't identify that way, they are free to go on, and you want them to go on to do whatever they want if they don't feel like God's presence should be in what you do, because that's not who you are. And people are buying your business because of you, because of that special thing you have that nobody else has, that they feel drawn to. Okay, so you're going to keep your focus at the forefront, and don't be apologetic about how you feel about having God in the communication and in your language and in every step of what you do. Okay, so that is what we're going to say. Our core values is going to be founded on the fact that we know this is a God centered business, centered project. So, where was I? So, yeah, so 2024, we're going to welcome it right on in, because this is an opportunity to pursue what we feel like God has been calling us to do. And so today I'm going to give you a lesson where we're going to have this lesson regardless if we meet in person today or not. I just still want to make sure you have a lesson, and maybe seeing some of you later on today, and we can discuss it more. And when I see you later on in the week, or either any of you in person, or you want to hop on a call with me, we can always do that. And I'll keep this recording available, and I'll keep recordings available for you to go back and review. If you missed something or you had a question about something, you review it and you bring the question to me, and or you bring the question to the group, and we'll try to figure it out. Either I'm going to figure out if it's a one-on-one thing, or we'll figure it out as a group, because I'm sure if you have a question about an issue, about a topic, somebody else probably has that same exact question. And every question is accepted, and every question will be deliberated on, researched, and discussed and answered. Okay, so don't think any question is too small or too ridiculous. There's no ridiculous question, especially when you need an answer. Okay, so don't feel like that. All right, so no, this is something that you feel called to do, and it's going to pull you aside some time away from your family and things you need to do. So we already discussed in previous lectures about prioritizing this after we put in place and we checked all the things that are non-negotiable in our life, and we are going to have those set in stone, and everything we do around for the business is going to be planned around that. Okay, and then after that, whatever times you have, if you have time extra, then you are able to do some other things. But you're going to prioritize your non-negotiable things: your family, the time you have, your self-care, your health, your tending to your health, checking up on your health, getting any kind of extra support that you need to function normally, getting enough sleep, taking care of your children, making sure everything is okay there, and setting boundaries around that, so that we have time to commit to this project, to commit to this business wholeheartedly, so that it is done the right way and unto God. Like we said, this is a kingdom business, kingdom building, kingdom centered, okay? Purpose driven. Okay, so if you feel like God has unctioned you to do this, you need to do it for your family, or you need to do it for your community. So guess what? It's not time to play games anymore. You got next. We got next. Okay. We're the next thing, the next big thing, the next big idea, the next takeoff, the next big opportunity. to help others, okay? And to care for our own loved ones, okay? And to set a solid foundation for the future, and to share our knowledge, to share what we have learned, to uh, help somebody else not to go through the same things that we have encountered, okay? So this is what this is going to be about. It's not going to be a small thing, or that little group she has, or that little book she says she's working on, or yeah, you know, she really do this, but she talking about she doing this, okay? But yeah, it's not a little thing, and don't let it be spoken of as little. It's important. You feel called to do this. God has unctioned you to do it, and you've taken steps to do this. So God doesn't make no frivolous mistakes. Okay, it may be have to be something that you may have to go back to the drawing board about, but if God has unctioned you to do this and put impressed upon your heart for a long time, for many years, and you see the problem, you see the pain, and you see that how you can help it, God's going to make a way for it to happen. Okay. So all those people that say, oh yeah, that little group she has, yeah, she says she's going to do this, but let's see, she doesn't finish nothing, or she doesn't take initiative, or she has no follow through on anything. She just talking. Oh, she says she does everything. Let them say that, and prove to them and prove to yourself that this is real. You are going to do this, and you got it. You got next. You are the next answer to somebody's problem in the area you want to work in. You are the person that group needs to see. There's nobody else. You have what they need. So that is why God is calling you and unctioning you to do this business. And don't forget that. Don't forget that. Those times when you feel tired, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to give another talk, or there's not enough money coming from this. Don't forget that. Don't forget about those times when it's in your mind that God, I could really help these people. I would want that somebody to help my mom like that. Or you know what? This is selfish. I'm keeping this knowledge to myself, and people need this help. Or you know what? My family really needs this extra income, and I can do this. It won't be anything for me to do this on the side so that we can have this extra income. If you feel that pull, if you feel that, then you are capable of doing exactly what your heart desires, exactly what that thing in the back of your mind that keeps telling you this is something you need to do. You can do it. All right. So there will be opportunities to build upon your skill set. There are going to be opportunities for you to talk with other people in your same area. There are going to be opportunities for you to uh, gather or get people to come to your community. There are going to be those opportunities for you to speak. You need to be real clear on why you're doing this, and you need to tell your story. People need to identify with you. They need to know, well, what's so great about you? You're not just selling the product. You're not just selling the group. You're not just selling the book. You're not just selling your services. You are selling yourself. So you need to put yourself in it. Look, mother, I know what it's like at this age to even lose a husband. I know what it's like to feel alone and without your parents. I know what it feels like to been abused. And you can tell your story, and it doesn't have to be a trauma dump, but you can let them know that you identify with what they're going through. I've lost a loved one, and we had no way to bury them. I've dreamed of traveling, and I saw there's no way, it's not going to be possible for me. Or I've been so scared to leave my area that I didn't feel like I would be safe if I traveled. And I found out that wasn't true. And I'm going to help you to be able to do the same thing, to take those trips that you dreamed about, that you thought was never going to be able to happen. I'm going to help you get to those destinations. And so this is how you speak to the people. You speak from realness, from your heart. And that's how you're going to build your brand and establish who you are. You're being real. You're being vulnerable, and that could be a little bit scary, but this is what people need. It's time out for acting, and people need to feel related to you. They need to feel, you need to be relatable. It needs to be genuine and honest, and so they can see that you're not like the fluff and all this, the fakeness that's been going on. You are really real, and you really mean something good for them. Okay, so then let's go. Okay. Prioritizing is vital to our success as an entrepreneur. It's about making conscious decisions. It's about how best to use our time and energy. It's about focusing on what matters, okay? And the most, and delegating out things that don't matter as much. So that we are free to do what God has called us to do, and not doing the mundane things, uh, or the things that somebody else that you can get to do for you. They can do it better than you. So I want to encourage you guys early on, when you start to do this, when you need help, get assistance from someone. Don't waste money on or trying to do DIY when you know this is not something you can DIY. You need to get some done for you. Okay, kind of service, DFY, done for you. And there are several ways you can do it, several real affordable ways, so that you are not wasting time and spinning your wheels doing something that you have no interest in and you have no talent in. And stuff like building your own website and building funnels and um, making flyers and all that. You don't have to do that yourself. And whatever budget you have, there is somebody somewhere who will take that budget to help you and they have the skill set to do so. So early on, you start off by yourself, you're a solopreneur, but as soon as things start coming up and you want to build your program and build up things, you want to get maybe some more merchandise, you want to get some scheduling done, you want to be automated, you want to have somebody help you with your social media. It is not that expensive. And matter of fact, it is less expensive to get started early than to be wasting money in the long run. Okay, so think on that. And you may say, oh, I don't have money for that. There are people in the countries that will do what you needed to do, sadly to say, for what we would consider a slave wage. For less than $2, they will do a project. For less than $2 an hour, they will do a project for you and do it well. So no budget as far as you being American, because you throw away $2, you can't even buy nothing for $2 in America, like worth having. Not even a candy bar that's $2. A bag of chips is $2. A soda is $2. So if you living in America, you got $2 an hour to pay somebody to help you with the services on whatever budget you have, because that's just the blessed, how blessed we are. Okay, so there's people to help you, and I'm going to help you with helping yourself. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. and I should be finished, but as I'm talking to you, my notes are taking more notes of what I have to say. So it's getting longer and longer. Okay, so let me jump to the end of this. So so don't try to do everything yourself. We already talked about that. Build you a team. We're going to go through we'll talk about how to do that, or what the criteria is you want, and how you want to set that up, and how you're going to set up your business to begin with, and how you're going to get the foundation of that, not just going around doing these things without having your business set up as an entity. You need to do that. Because even if you say I'm doing this for free, people, you still could be liable for, even if you're doing these free services. So you want to set things up, and then in that way, even if you're doing it for free, you have set up where people are able to donate to your cause. And what do people like to donate for? A lot of times is tax write-offs. So if you have a real legitimate business where they can write off some stuff, then that will help you with any funding or any kind of thing you want to do as far as that goes. And it also help you with your own taxes if you file taxes as well. Business, you can write off a lot of things you're doing, the training, the service you pay for the business, and things like that. And another important thing while I'm thinking on this is you got to separate your income for whatever income you're bringing in as for the business early. Do it early. Don't have it commingled. Or if you have a multiple business and you already had a business and you're trying to get out of that and you started another one, keep that money separate. Keep it separate from if you're working or any other way you're getting money. Keep it separate so that the business pays for itself and that you can account for what you're spending, and it's not taken away from your daily need or your monthly needs. Okay. And it's not confusing when it comes down to tax time. Okay. There's a lot of resources, like I said, and we're going to be building our own network. We're going to keep adding. This week we added another person who is trying to go into starting a housekeeping business, and and that's going to widen our networking capabilities. And we have people doing things from all walks of life, from leisure to insurance to health ministry to self-help to from health practitioner. We have arms reaching out, and we'll keep building these networks of things. And once we get ourselves established and we know what we're talking about and we confident in what we're saying and ready to present, we're going to be going to different conferences, different outreaches, different things to keep ourselves in the network, keep us in the know of what's going on in our industry, and not shrinking away and not staying on top of what's relevant and innovative, and still keeping our footing in what we know, but we need to go out to build, to expand, to learn more. Mm-hmm. So that's another thing. And then I'm an avid believer in that you need to stay up to date as far as with resources, as self-studying, reading on the topic, um, looking at different schools of thought so that you're able to discuss why you do things this way instead of that way. When they ask a question about different insurance plans and what does this mean and what does that mean and how and what is term life and what is this and what is that, you'll know all the things about it even if it's something not the type of insurance or thing you do, you'll be able to speak on it and be able to refer people if that is what they want to do, as well. If people come all the time, especially when they're newly entering to church or coming to studies, and they want to know, well, why did the Jehovah Witness do this and why did they do that, and what does God say about this and that? So if you stay studied and you stay reading, you stay bringing up new topics and challenging your train of thought, and then you're able to explain to people from all different types of walks of life, uh, the message or what you're trying to get across or answer their question. And also, if you stay connected to people in the travel business, you'll know about deals, you'll know about um, different rates that other programs that you can get to help your clients to get cheaper rates, and you'll learn, oh, this is how you do that. But you need to stay in a network of people, diverse businesses, but you also need to stay in a network with what you are focused on. And how we're going to do that is virtually. Now the pandemic has helped us to do that, and then we're going to put foot to pavement and go to some of these events, and it'll be fun. It'll give you something to do. um, it'll show your seriousness about what you're doing. It'll put it at a priority in other people's mind. Oh, she's serious about this. Oh, she don't play about that. She's going to these conferences, she's meeting these people, she's talking, she's getting it out. And they'll know when you stand on what you're on your business and how serious it is to you. And the more you know, the more you become an expert or authority on what you doing, on what you're trying to accomplish in the business. And I want you to remember, even I'm saying about the networking, and I'm doing this because I love you guys and I have a connection with you, personal connection with you. But this is comes easy to me because I didn't realize how easy it comes to me, this part about business, because of essentially I've been managing multi-million dollar businesses for a long time, and I never thought of it as that because I didn't go to school to be a bit to do business. But I learned a lot of these things and how to relate to people and how to build on my job. I didn't even know it had terms, or there were um, techniques and all these things for what I was just doing naturally. So this is something that kind of comes, this talk or this way to do business kinds to come easy to me. But I feel called to still use my medical knowledge as a primary thing of what I should be doing with my life. And then this, I felt when called to help, and I keep putting my little 2 cents in on everybody. So it might as well just form something. And if people want to come, then they can come and ask me, and I can come give the ideas. And that is also about part of who I am. So this is a love gift, an act of love to all of these people that are around. And as we grow, it may be something that I'll do as well with my other business. But this is a love offering for you guys, and it also helps me to stay grounded and, like I said, and keep my skill set up and to learn new things. So, let's get started. Do your homework, watch the past things, work on your avatar, you're going to work on your business name and how you want to form your business. Now we also want to think about our core values and what are those. And going to focus on what we're going to do, not the whole year, but Q1. We're going to work on Q1. We're going to set some goals and we're going to do those things. We're going to pick our social media platform that where we're going to hang out and where we're going to meet our people. We'll decide where the best place is depending on our business and depending on what we already have established for social media. Some may have none, some may have a lot of followers and very much social and different networks. And we're going to use all of those things to our advantages, okay? And some of us are very good at speaking. We're going to use those things to our advantages too. We're going to get on practice so that you won't feel any sort of way when you're on camera. You're going to just get your camera, get your phone, set your phone up, and just begin to talk about what it is you feel God has called you to do and how you're going to do it until you get comfortable hearing your own self and comfortable with speaking to nothing and speaking to the camera and still one day feeling who you're talking through the camera, feeling their hearts and feeling their minds and how their pains. You'll start to get comfortable in taking yourself out of the way and all your nervousness, and you'll start to speak to the need of the people. It's not coming overnight. You may still struggle with imposter syndrome. Who's going to listen to me? But no, not everybody's going to listen to you. It's going to be those people who are supposed to listen to you, who are drawn, who God has brought into your presence, into your sphere, your sphere of light, to your universe. He's going to lead them there. And because that's where they're supposed to be, and you're the one that's supposed to help them. It's about what God has put in you, that special seasoning that's different from anybody else. I don't care if you have brothers and sisters, they all went to the same thing, they had your same experience. No, but God put a little something different sprinkled down in you. He seasoned you up real different from everybody else. And he has got all of those together so you can give those unique qualities that only you can give to somebody else that is in need of it. He's going to bring them to you, and he's going to have people bring them to you. And that's just it. If God has called you for it, he's going to bring you to it, and he's going to bring you through it. And that's not a cliche. That's a fact. That's all I know. That's been my life. It haven't been easy. Tragedies have happened. Things that I never would have thought in my wildest dreams would have happened. But things good happened that I never would have thought about in my wildest dream. This was not supposed to be me. I was not supposed to be here, but God thought differently. He opened up doors. He put me in places. He brought me to a family. He brought me into a church where I was not supposed to be there. I was supposed to be some other statistic, but God thought different. So I can speak to that, and it's not anecdotal, not an anecdotal answer. It's a factual, proven answer where all the odds seem like it shouldn't be. And God says, oh yeah, it's going to be that, and it's going to be more. And it may not come the way you thought it was going to be, wrapped up in a ribbon and pretty paper, but it's going to be in a box with your name on it. And that's all that matters. Okay, so this is our pep talk for January 2024, not 2022. And I want to encourage you because I believe in you. I know you believe in me. I love you, and I want this to work for us, and I know it will. So let's amp up everything. Amplify yourself. Stand in who you are. God has made you this way. God has put this on your heart. Be loud in The way you stand up for God, the way you stand up for what he's put in your life, and way he stand up for you trying to make this business. Don't be silent and don't hide it and don't under a bushel. You're going to be amplified in it. Now, you don't have to be boisterous about it. You don't got to tell everybody what you're doing and all your this is ins and outs and all of that. No, be subtle on that. Yeah, let them wonder, but be amplified in your knowing that this is going to happen, and I'm called to do it. Don't even have a shred of doubt. Don't let doubt be on your face. Know that this is done already. This is done. We're going to reverse engineer this. We already see the outcome as it being done. And then all we have to do is walk in that path. Just keep putting that one step forward, one step forward, one step forward, and we're building our momentum. We're getting amped up. And then that ball just start to rolling. I believe. I've seen it in other areas of my life, and I wasn't even looking for it. I didn't even identify it. I had to grow up a little bit to see it, but I believe. And I believe it for me, and I believe it for you. So don't fret. We got it. We got this. We up next. It's our time. It's our time to do what God has called us to do. It's our time to take care of our families. It's our time to take care of ourselves. It's our time to rise to where God wants us in life, in health, and spiritually. And we're going to make the steps to do that. We're going to do that today. We're going to start right now. We're not going to wait. Every day, we're going to work toward building the kingdom of God with our business. And God be a vessel, allowing us to be a vessel to be used to build for the kingdom of God. And who are you to turn down the volume on what God is trying to scream and project out to the world through you? Who are you to say, oh no, I'm just going to hide over here? Who are you? Where were you when God made all of this in his majesty? Where were you? So who are you to tell him, no, I don't think that's what you meant, when he's clearly saying, this is what I meant. So turn it up loud, because we up next.